Working harder is actually costing you money, not emotionally, mathematically. Every extra hour you trade for income pushes you deeper into a system where prices rise faster than paychecks and assets inflate faster than savings. You're sprinting on a treadmill that's accelerating without you. This isn't about motivation, it's about mechanics. While wages crawl, assets compound. While you optimize effort, the system optimizes ownership, and the gap widens automatically. Today, I'm going to walk you through 5 invisible levers. Not habits, not hustle tricks, levers baked into the financial system that quietly separate the rich from everyone else. Once you see them, you won't be angry. You'll be colder than that. Lever 1. Income is penalized. Ownership is subsidized. The hidden rule: the system taxes what you earn and protects what you own. Meet Mark, 28, corporate job. Good with money, lives in a mid-sized European city. Mark does everything right. He negotiates his salary, gets modest raises, pays his taxes, saves diligently. Every year, a third of his income disappears before it touches his account. Income tax, payroll tax, consumption tax. Mark assumes this is neutral, fair, inevitable. It's not. Fast forward 10 years. Mark earns more nominally, but his purchasing power barely moved. Housing is farther away. Assets are unreachable. His savings feel heavier, but buy less. The mechanism: income is visible. Easy to tax, easy to inflate away. Ownership isn't. Assets benefit from preferential tax treatment, deferred taxation, lower effective rates, sometimes no taxation until sale, sometimes never, if structured correctly. This isn't corruption, it's design. Governments need liquidity. Income is liquid. Assets are patient. The pivot: you don't fix this by earning more. You stop bleeding when income stops being your only interface with the system. But if ownership is so powerful, why doesn't everyone just buy assets? Because the next lever decides who gets access. Lever 2. Debt is a weapon. Cash is a target. The hidden rule: debt multiplies assets. Cash gets diluted. Meet Sophia, 30, risk-averse. Proud of being debt-free, she saves aggressively, avoids loans, keeps cash safe. Inflation doesn't scare her. It's just a number. 10 years later, Sophia did nothing wrong. And yet, everything costs more. Her savings didn't grow. They shrank silently. The trap: Sophia treated debt as danger and cash as safety. The system treated them the opposite. The mechanism: debt is leveraged exposure to inflation-protected assets. Cash is unprotected exposure to currency decay. When money supply expands, prices adjust upward. Debts stay fixed. Assets reprice. Cash loses density. This is why institutions borrow constantly, not because they're reckless, because debt floats, cash sinks. The pivot: the goal isn't debt, it's who carries inflation risk. Right now, it's you. Mark is still saving. Sophia is still debt-free. Neither owns the system they're inside. Let's move to the lever that decides speed. Lever 3. Compounding obeys capital, not effort. The hidden rule: labor compounds linearly, capital compounds exponentially. Meet Daniel, 25, smart, ambitious, works overtime. Every raise feels like progress. Every promotion feels earned. But raises stack additively, assets stack multiplicatively. 10 years pass. Daniel doubled his income. Asset owners quadrupled their net worth. The trap: Daniel confuses effort with acceleration. The mechanism: compounding rewards what stays invested, not what works harder. Capital doesn't get tired. It doesn't negotiate salaries. It doesn't burn out. Time is the variable. Ownership is the input. The pivot: stop asking how hard you can push. Start asking what compounds while you sleep. But compounding still requires taking risk. So why do some people survive risk while others get crushed? Because of asymmetry. Lever 4. The rich buy upside. Everyone else buys survival. The hidden rule: the system protects downside for those who already have scale. Meet Emma, 27. One financial mistake away from disaster. Every decision is about avoiding loss. Safe job, safe choices, no room for volatility. 10 years later, Emma survived. But survival doesn't compound. The trap: Emma bears full downside risk with capped upside. The mechanism: large players externalize risk, insurance, bailouts, legal shields, diversification. Small players internalize it. One error, one emergency, one market shock. Asymmetry isn't about intelligence, it's about buffer. The pivot: you don't seek risk, you seek limited downside with open upside. Mark is overtaxed, Sophia is diluted, Daniel is outpaced, Emma is constrained. Same system, different failure modes. There's one lever left, the quietest one. Lever 5. Time is the ultimate gatekeeper. The hidden rule: the earlier you own, the less effort you need. Meet Alex, same age as Mark, same salary, same intelligence. The difference isn't talent, it's timing. Alex gained exposure to ownership earlier. Not perfectly, not brilliantly, just earlier. 10 years later, the gap is irreversible. The mechanism: time compresses advantage. Early compounding beats late intensity. The system doesn't forgive delay, it multiplies it. The pivot: you can't rewind time. You can only stop wasting it on non-compounding paths. These 5 levers aren't tactics, they're a lens. Once you see income as taxed fuel, debt as leverage, compounding as gravity, risk as asymmetric, and time as irreversible, the world reorganizes. You stop asking why effort isn't enough. You see why it was never the variable. The final truth is simple. Money can be printed. Assets can be inflated. Rules can be rewritten. Time cannot. You don't lose because you're lazy. You lose because you're late. That's all.